Much better.
Hey, George.
Bonjour, Benjamin.
Wow, I look good. Wow.
So, how are your wife and kids?
They are, well, you see,
Hola. Buenas noches. My name is Eva Peron, and you two are...
George Seurat.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Jorge.
My name is George.
and I'm your sweetest dream, Benjamin Franklin. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine.
Have my tea ready in 10 minutes. No later. I mean it.
Welcome, guests. Sorry I'm so late. Don't mind the guards. Thank you for meeting me at my home.
And what a beautiful home it is. Artistic, even.
I love the change in the decor. One of yours, George?
Oui, this painting is one of my favorite scenes of Paris nightlife, the wild circus performers flying across the floor. Unfortunately, I never finished it.
Yes. And dear Gandhi, darling, you look stunning.
Thank you, Eva, and you look wonderful as well. And Ben, how are you?
Feeling great. I rose at 4 a.m. Early to bed, early to rise.
Yeah. Healthy, wealthy, and wise.
You all will never believe what happened to me this morning. On my way to your home, I passed a man on the street. However, he would not even give me the time of day. Can you believe that?
I find that hard to believe, although Eva's not showing as much skin as she usually does.
I know. It's a shame.
People aren't nearly as friendly as they used to be.
As First Lady of Argentina, everybody adored me. Argentines would go out of their way just to get a glimpse of me on the street. I was cherished, a celebrity, a star. But I wasn't too selfish, and I was hardly an ignorant celebrity. I created my own charity, Maria Eva Duarte de Peron Welfare Foundation, which distributed money, food, and medicines to those most in need. The works of a true leader.
A leader? That was your husband, Juan Peron. I actually led India, my country.
At least I didn't murder hundreds of my own citizens. What type of leader does that?
Are you speaking of Operation Blue Star? I ordered the use of force on the Sikhs only because they were rebellious separatists. I could have had an uprising on my hands. Yes, too many people died, but force was necessary.
Sometimes people have to die for a cause. Some of my best friends died at the hands of those loyal to the tyrant, George III. But we were all fighting for a cause. Everyone agreed with the cause, but not everyone always does.
At least your revolution was understood. My revolution in art was widely misconceived and criticized.
Criticism comes to all.
Very true.
My whole family lived constantly under adverse conditions and plenty of criticism.
Adverse conditions, I hardly call growing up in one of the richest families in India facing adversity.
I would call struggling against a mother country adversity. My father, Jawaharlal Nehru, was a leader in the movement for Indian independence and was forever in jail. I basically lived without a father for a good portion of my childhood. My mother was always sick. Most of my extended family didn't even want me in the first place, and we had to give up all of our British possessions. We had a lot of British possessions.
Ugh, Britain.
Well, I was one of 5 illegitimate children of Juan Duarte. My mother was merely his mistress.
Like mother, like daughter.
What are you implying?
That you slept your way to the top?
When I was 7, my father died, leaving us more impoverished than before. How else do you expect a poor girl to climb the social ladder?
By earning it!
Mon Dieu, why are you arguing? Both of you, actually all of us, acquired wealth and respect, for that matter, as we aged.
That's true, we all did.
There's no point in arguing over beginnings, when in the end we all made significant contributions to the world.
Wait, Jorge, what did you do? Aren't you just an artist?
Just an artist! My paintings portrayed the lower class of Paris during their daily lives, shining a spotlight on the workers of the city. The difference between the poor and the wealthy at the time was astounding. The 1% was glorified by other artists, but my paintings portrayed the lower class with dignity to show their humanity.
That's wonderful of you. I had no idea you were such a humanitarian.
I dabbled in humanitarian work as well.
You did?
I was born into poverty and was one of 17 children, so I experienced poverty firsthand, and I've been helping the poor ever since.
Seems we have that in common.
The only way to help the poor is to make sure that no one starts their life into poverty. I tried to help by starting the country's first lending library, hospital, fire department, and university. I also started the American Philosophical Society and an efficient postal service.
That's amazing. As First Lady of Argentina, I focused on my country's poverty. Every day as a child, I had to pass by rich citizens and their homes. If a rich man passed me on the street, he made a point to look the other way.
Horrendous!
That's awful. I can see why you were so invested in helping the poor. And your reasons for despising the wealthy are now apparent.
There are rich and there are poor, and the odd thing is that the existence of the poor pains me less than the knowledge that at the same time others are rich.
I've never really thought about it that way.
And even though I acquired wealth later in my life, I never forgot my childhood. My days were spent meeting with the poor and listening to my people's problems. My husband, Juan Peron, and I would review these complaints and deliberate on how we could aid the lower class.
But what about the wealthy?
All my people should have mattered to me, but I paid less attention to the wealthy. As if having a poor country girl in charge of Argentina didn't make the rich angry enough. Nothing I did benefited the rich. The wealthy grew to despise me.
Oh, I don't see how anyone could hate you.
Gracias, Jorge.
You're welcome. Indira, did you do anything to help the poor?
Hardly. We already know she was filthy rich growing up.
I won't deny that. However, one of my main focuses while I was the Prime Minister of India was the poor.
Do tell.
Poverty in India was, and still is, a pressing problem. By creating housing programs for the poor, I helped thousands escape the slums. The lower class should not have to live in squalor. Also, while in office, I created several laws and policies attempting to eradicate poverty. It pains me to see the poor suffer.
But of course, those laws and policies didn't help much. Poverty is still such a huge issue today.
It is as if all our work has gone toward nothing. You help one man escape poverty one day, and two are brought down into poverty the next.
One today is worth two tomorrows.
But how do we save all from the horrible monster of poverty?
We set a precedent, an example. That's the whole point of it.
So we fought so hard to spread the idea of ending poverty?
Which can one day become a reality.
One day.
One day.
Thank God politics isn't that complicated.
How facetious of you.
There is some truth to Eva's sarcasm. Politics can be boiled down to one word: democracy. No controlling mother countries or monarchs. Power to the people and freedom for all!
Nothing brings more bondage than too much liberty.
Did you just quote me in front of me?
We?
Have the paint fumes gotten to your brain?
You've gone insane, Jorge. Freedom is the key to a content country.
Contentment is not success.
Are you implying that the fights for freedom in both India and America were failures? Even France, your own country, staged a war for independence.
That was before my time. I don't share those sentiments. I don't really have strong political views. Nowhere near as strong as yours, anyways. Well, my best friends are anarchists, so you could say I lean towards that.
Anarchy? Loco, you're crazy!
Whoa, let's calm down, everyone. We all hold our own views.
Spoken like a true diplomat.
Like I said, I'm not strongly inclined to any particular political view. We can all believe what we want.
Truce.
Truce. Ah, look at the time. I must get going. Au revoir. It was a pleasure to meet all of you.
Goodbye.
I should get going as well. My guards are becoming restless.
Let's go.
Namaste.
Goodbye.
My husband is with his mistress for the evening. Would you care to accompany me to my hotel, Ben?
I would be delighted.